There is a force that operates meticulously in your reality, an invisible energy that is not only listening to you, but is obeying with mathematical precision every thought and word you project. Have you ever stopped to notice that a small group of people seems to attract success, good fortune, and meaningful connections, while the majority find themselves trapped in the same cycles of frustration, scarcity, and fruitless effort? This is not a whim of fate. They have cracked a code that the vast majority ignores. This is ancient knowledge, incredibly powerful, and paradoxically, it has always been hidden in plain sight. It's about the way reality responds to the silent commands you send out unconsciously, 24 hours a day. Florence Scovel Sheen, a visionary bridging metaphysics and psychology, dared to unearth and expose these hidden laws at a time when doing so was almost heresy. She uncovered the truth that centuries of esoteric teachers had guarded. You are not a victim of chance. You are, without realizing it, acting as the programmer of your own existence with every sentence you speak. The most unsettling thing of all is that you are already actively participating in this cosmic game, but you're doing it without having the instruction manual. And if you don't know the rules, the outcome is predictable. You're losing. The truth you're about to assimilate is so disruptive that it will force a radical change in your worldview. Most of what you were taught about the cause and effect relationship or about success and failure is fundamentally wrong. You are willing to tear the veil of illusion. If this promise of a radically different reality sparks a twinge of curiosity or hope in you, then you belong here. Subscribe to the channel right now. Not out of obligation, but because you're making the decision to join those who choose to play the game of life with awareness and mastery. The universe rewards intention, and clicking subscribe is an act of intention. And speaking of intention and movement, the great Mexican master, Jacobo Grinberg, used to say that all stagnant energy becomes corrupted. Life in its purest essence only thrives when there is a constant flow. Your breathing, the flow of your blood, the dance of your emotions, the current of your thoughts, and yes, of course, also the circulation of your money. This video is a catalyst for that flow. Pay attention. Imagine that life is a gigantic chessboard where every step, every word, and every silence trigger invisible moves. The problem is that nobody gave you the rules. Even so, you're playing. From the moment you arrived in this world, you were shaped and bombarded by phrases, paradigms, and family or cultural narratives that infiltrated your system. These became silent commands to the universe, and it, acting as a relentless enforcer, has answered you in spades. Florence Scovel Sheen was one of the pioneers in bridging the gap between ancient esoteric wisdom and the emerging language of the subconscious mind. She proclaimed that life is not a lottery, but a game governed by mathematical precision. In this game, your thoughts and your words are like a living code rewriting the program of your reality in real time. She understood that what we call chance or coincidence is nothing more than the logical and exact result of invisible vibrational patterns that you yourself have set in motion. And here comes the creepiest part. The game doesn't need your belief to work. It's already working. While you fool yourself into thinking you're making logical and rational decisions, your subconscious mind, that conductor who operates in the shadows, is guiding about 95% of your actions based on commands you don't even have in your conscious awareness. If you think this is impossible, life is a constant struggle. I wasn't born to be lucky. Believe me, maybe nothing will work out for you. With each repetition of these commands, your internal system reinforces that programming. And what does the universe do? It reorganizes your decisions, refines your perception, and even filters the opportunities around you to confirm that you were right. It's the subconscious obeying. Modern science has validated it. The human brain acts as a hyperfilter, processing billions of stimuli per second, but it only allows those that are perfectly aligned with your dominant beliefs to reach your consciousness. This implies an uncomfortable truth. You could be floating in an ocean of solutions, paths to prosperity, and potential miracles, but if your programming doesn't include the ability to see them, they will remain completely invisible to you. Stop and reflect. How many times have you repeated phrases you absorbed from childhood, school, or your cultural environment? Money can't be earned without suffering. Feelings are a weakness. All politicians are corrupt. Each of these phrases was a line of code inserted directly into the software of your subconscious mind, and they are what determine what you attract today, what you reject, or what you don't even perceive as an option. But Florence went further and distilled this game into 3 fundamental laws that govern it. Law 1. Your words are vibrations that reorganize matter. Quantum physics has already admitted it. Reality at its most fundamental level responds to frequency. Every time you open your mouth and say something, you're not just making noise. You are emitting a measurable vibration, and this energy literally alters the probability field around you. If you say, "I can't handle this," you're sending a collapse signal to your molecular structure. Law 2, you don't attract. Not what you desire, but what you truly expect. The universe is not a waiter who responds to your list of orders. The universe responds to your dominant vibration, and that vibration doesn't lie in what you say you want, but in the deep expectation that resides in the deepest layers of your mind. You can declare prosperity with your chest puffed out. But if deep down you expect failure, because that's how it's been before, it's failure that will resonate and materialize. It's the difference between a superficial desire and an inner certainty. Law 3. Whatever you resist persists. Directly fighting against a problem doesn't destroy it, but rather keeps it fed and alive. The fear that something might happen gives the feared event an excessive amount of vital energy. Resistance is in fact such an intense form of focus that the subconscious interprets it as an alert. This is vital. Keep it in the spotlight. And so you keep attracting it. If you resist poverty, you focus on it. If you resist loneliness, you keep it as your main focus. The crucial question is not whether you are playing this game of reality. You already are. The question is, how are you playing it? Are you manifesting accidentally based on outdated commands you received decades ago, or are you becoming aware of these rules to use them deliberately? Could it be that every challenge, every stumble, every repeating cycle in your life is nothing more than the faithful echo of old words and expectations that you never took the time to cancel and reprogram? And if you could right now take your place as the master of this invisible game, what reality would you choose to start creating? Have you ever considered that every word that comes out of your mouth is, in essence, a decree of reality? When you casually say, "I'm exhausted," you're not simply describing a physical state. You are creating that state on a vibrational and neurological level. Florence Scovelsheen revealed what the mystical traditions call the magic of the spoken word, the unheard of power to invoke realities with the simple act of speaking. This is not just a poetic concept. It is physiological, neurological, and energetic. When you speak, you set the air in motion, make your vocal cords vibrate, activate specific areas in your brain, and send sound waves into the environment. But the most important thing is that you are sending direct commands to your subconscious, and it, being the most faithful and efficient servant you can have, will mobilize so that what was declared becomes a truth you can actually experience. The truly amazing thing is this: the subconscious lacks the ability to discern between truth and lies or between irony and seriousness. It accepts everything as a literal command. That's why, if you constantly repeat, "I always do badly" at this, your mind will reconfigure your filters, your biochemistry, and even your perception of reality to confirm that narrative, even if the opportunity disguised as luck is right next to you. You simply won't see it. Florence documented countless cases where a simple change in vocabulary rewrote entire destinies. A client who complained that nothing works for me was guided to adopt, at first not very enthusiastically, the statement, "Everything conspires in my favor." In a matter of weeks, her life transformed. To adopt at first without much conviction the statement, "Everything conspires in my favor." Incredible things. Doors opening out of nowhere, people offering unexpected help. It's not that the universe had changed its mind about her.
El universo se había alineado por resonancia.
She had changed her verbal frequency and the universe had aligned by resonance. But there's a vital nuance. Emotion is the driving force behind the command. Words that are spoken out of habit or mechanically have very little power. On the contrary, words that are saturated with feeling, even if spoken in a whisper, become pure fuel for manifestation. Emotion is the energetic seal that tells your subconscious, "Pay attention. This command is serious. Execute it immediately." Think about how fear or anger are expressed with overwhelming intensity. Phrases like "this always happens to me" or "I never manage to save" are charged with palpable frustration because it's that heavy emotional burden that allows the command to become deeply embedded. If you try to affirm, "I am prosperous," without feeling even a hint of conviction, the phrase bounces back like an empty command. Your subconscious laughs inside. Really? Then why are you so tense and doubtful? If talk of subconscious programming and the power of words resonates with you, it's because you seek deeper knowledge. Still, modern life is full of distractions. Who has time to sit down and read? This is where I had a revelation. Because modern life is a whirlwind of distractions. Who has time to sit down and read? This is where I had a revelation. Your inner script, you need to access the wisdom of masters like Scoville Shin, Neville Goddard, or Joseph Murphy. And the most effective way I found to nourish my mind while I'm on the move or doing other things is with Audible. Imagine turning that dead time in traffic, at the gym, or while washing the dishes into a mental reprogramming session with the best audiobooks on manifestation and spirituality. It's more than a service. It's a tool ensuring life-changing information always flows. Jacobo Grinberg would be proud. That's why it's not just a service, it's a tool to make sure that the information that transforms your life always flows. I invite you to make an investment in yourself that won't cost you anything at the beginning. You can access Audible's 30-day free trial through the link in the description. They give you a free audiobook that's yours to keep forever. Stop saying, "I don't have time to learn," and start saying, "I'm learning while I live." Click now. It's an intentional act aligned with your desire for transformation. Florence warned that the real saboteur is not what we say with full awareness, but what we articulate out of pure inertia. Those automatic phrases, viralized or inherited like the classic "it's tough" as an automatic response to a greeting, the resigned one, or hanging in there when they ask how you are, the evasive "we'll see what happens." Is it just fear, disguised as false humility? Each of these phrases becomes a command that becomes part of your routine. That's why Scoville Shin proposed the powerful practice of verbal fasting. Try to go a whole day without saying any limiting, negative, or reactive phrase. Sounds simple, right? Try it. You'll realize the astonishing number of times you're unconsciously sabotaging your own creation. And the most striking thing is the immediate change you'll experience when you modify your vocabulary. The simple act of saying, "I'm going to focus on solutions" instead of "what's the problem," instantly changes your physical posture, your energy, and even your vibrational field. From the perspective of neuroscience, this makes sense. Repeating specific words, both positive and negative, creates and reinforces neural pathways in the brain. Repetition breeds a pattern. The pattern becomes established as a habit, and the habit ultimately defines your reality. Saying, "I can't afford that," creates a mental groove that is automatically triggered whenever you have a desire. To change this, you need to create a new mental groove that is automatically triggered whenever you have a desire. To change this, you need to create a new mental groove. I am managing my resources wisely. That opportunity is not my priority yet. It's not about denying reality or being overly optimistic. It's about consciously commanding reality. Also, there's a huge difference between words of pleading and words of command. When you say, "Please, universe, help me," you're affirming your own powerlessness. When you declare, "Money flows to me easily," now you position yourself as a co-creator. It's a subtle difference in posture, but vibrationally, they're complete opposites. And the final secret that Florence kept for her most advanced students: the words you use to describe yourself build your identity. Each "I am" is a seed planted directly in the fertile soil of your soul. I am clumsy. I am messy. That's how I am. Repeat it with enough conviction or with enough inertia, and you will become exactly what you've declared yourself to be. Until now, you have been either the author of your own masterpiece or just the echo of the commands you learned to repeat. And if every word you speak right now were a line of code running in the back end of your life system, what reality would be emerging? Have you ever wished for something with a ravenous intensity? But deep down inside, there was a silent certainty that it would never come true. Most people live in this paradox. They want wealth, health, or love, but they expect the opposite. And as we've already seen, it's expectation, not superficial desire, that wields the hammer that shapes reality. Florence Scovel Sheen simplified it. The universe doesn't respond to what you want, but to what you have, the inner certainty that it's going to happen. This certainty doesn't float on the surface. It takes refuge in the depths of your mind, where the conclusions you've drawn from life, your fears, and your wounds reside. Psychology today calls it subconscious programming. Desiring is an intention. Expecting is an inner certainty. When you truly expect something to happen, your whole being, your posture, your tone, your energy begins to align with that possibility. You can repeat, "I deserve a healthy relationship" 1,000 times, but if deep down you expect betrayal because you've already experienced it or absorbed it, that silent expectation is what takes control. The universe obediently sends you exactly the person who will confirm your core belief. The only way for your subconscious to feel safe is by being right. The reticular activating system, RAS, in your brain acts as the filter we talked about earlier. If you expect problems, your RAS carefully selects problems from your environment and presents them to you as proof that you were right. You see what you are programmed for and ignore the rest. That's why people with a victim mentality keep finding proof over and over again that life is unfair. What is your silent expectation regarding your finances, love, your health, your potential? Florence understood that expectation is an energetic frequency, not a conscious belief. It's the underlying feeling you emit when you're not trying to control anything. And the great news is that this frequency can be reprogrammed. The fastest way is emotional visualization. When you visualize a scenario so clearly that your body reacts as if it's already happening, your brain activates the same neural circuits as in a real experience. This creates an internal model of reality that the subconscious accepts as a done deal. From there, the mind begins to adjust your perception, your actions, and external synchronicities to manifest that new scenario. But there is a massive saboteur: addiction to external signals. Most people need to see it to believe it, but the game requires you to believe first in order to see. When you rely on external proof in order to trust, you are emitting the frequency of doubt. And doubt, as Florence used to say, is the poison that kills manifestation before it is born. She compared doubt to a mole digging holes in the foundation. No matter how majestic the building your dream may be, if the foundation is full of cracks, doubt, everything collapses. Forcing faith creates tension, and tension is a form of resistance. On the other hand, true expectation is calm, serene, and deeply confident. It's like the certainty that the sun will rise tomorrow. You don't need to force yourself to believe it. You just know it. And it's that relaxed certainty that speeds up the whole process. The less you obsess over when, the faster it happens. You block it. Obsessing over when only gets in the way. Anxiety about time is deep down, doubt disguised as hurry. When your faith is genuine, time becomes irrelevant because the outcome is already an internal inevitability. Remember, expectation is not arrogance. It's aligning your internal state. A person who expects a promotion doesn't think they're better than anyone else. They simply act with the naturalness of someone who's already preparing for the next level. Their decisions become more refined, their body vibrates differently, and that's exactly where the magic happens. If you've made it this far in the video, I need to congratulate you. And it's not an empty compliment. You've moved beyond distraction, superficiality, and mental laziness. You're showing that you're part of that minority group that chooses knowledge that transforms. This is a conscious choice, and that choice deserves to be sealed with an act of intention. I propose something to you. Comment right now, down below, "I choose to wake up." This is not just a simple comment. It's a command you give to your subconscious and the universe. I choose consciousness, I choose to see the rules, I choose my power. And it's also the way the algorithm helps us spread this revelation to more people who need it. Your choice is made. Now let's continue. Have you ever experienced that subtle, almost inaudible feeling? I can't explain it, but something told me to go this way. That immediate feeling that arises before your logical mind has time to come up with any argument. That's not your imagination, it's your intuition. It's the voice of universal intelligence speaking directly to you. Florence Scovel-Sheen called it infinite intelligence, a field of pure wisdom that knows the complete plan. It knows exactly where you should be, with whom, what to do, and at what moment. Intuition is your direct channel to this source. The challenge is that intuition whispers. To hear it, it's imperative to silence the noise. While the logical mind shouts with lists, fears, doubts, and endless calculations, intuition only signals with a slight feeling of certainty in the chest, or sometimes a chill of alertness in the stomach. The problem is that most people are so busy trying to control, predict, and analyze everything that they don't hear the whisper. And if by chance they do hear it, they ignore it, only to later say, "I knew it." How many times have you regretted ignoring your first instinct? A touch of subtle humor to remind us of this universal frustration. Florence noticed a marked difference between those who lived in alignment and those who were lost. The former trusted their intuitive impulse even if it seemed irrational. They acted, and afterwards, everything made sense. The latter were paralyzed, demanding rational certainty, and as a result, remained stuck. Intuition operates outside of linear logic. While the rational mind processes one thing at a time, intuition picks up on patterns, energies, and even unspoken intentions. It's your personal self that sees in the dark, using your body as a channel for response. A knot in your stomach, a sudden warmth in your heart, a chill. These are all encoded messages. Science is confirming it. Neuroscience studies show that the body responds to certain stimuli before the conscious mind is able to register what's happening. Your heart, for example, emits measurable electromagnetic signals before your brain does. Your body knows before you can even think about it. The main obstacle is too much information. The more data you analyze, the more noise you generate, and the further you move away from intuitive clarity. It's like trying to hear a whisper in the middle of a rock concert. Florence recommended the practice of receptive silence. Daily moments without requests, without questions, just listening. In that emptiness, answers aren't thought out, they simply arise. Intuition isn't magic, it's attunement. When you're aligned with your true frequency, life starts conspiring in your favor. You meet the right people, you come across opportunities at the exact moment. You feel the call to change something. That's not a coincidence, it's pure resonance. It's your consciousness acting upon matter. There's a crucial distinction. Intuition is not fear in disguise, is agitated, desperate, dramatic, and projects catastrophes. Intuition is clear, calm, steady, and simply points the way. That's why learning to discern between these two voices is essential to living with purpose. Finally, intuition almost never reveals the complete map. It only lights up the next step, like a lighthouse in the fog that only shows a few meters ahead. And here lies the real test: to follow that single step without seeing the final destination, to trust in the invisible path. This trust only develops with practice. Every time you act on an intuitive impulse and it turns out to be right, the connection becomes stronger. Every time you ignore it, it gets weaker. Intuition is a muscle that needs to be used to grow. Could it be that all the answers you've been searching for so desperately are just waiting for you to be silent? And what if the direction your soul has been begging you to take for years is whispering to you while you shout to the world trying to understand everything? Maybe that's the most powerful revelation of all. It's not about esoteric laws, quantum physics, or magic words. It's about responsibility, the inescapable realization that you are the point of origin of your reality, not the end result. Florence Scovel Sheen didn't offer shortcuts or empty promises. She simply dared to reveal that you are already manifesting all the time. The only difference between a life of suffering and one of fulfillment lies in the awareness of what you're putting out. Every word, every thought, every expectation, even your silence, everything vibrates, everything is creating, and everything returns to you. The question that should resonate now is not whether the universe operates under these rules. It already does. The question is, how much longer are you going to allow yourself to keep living on autopilot? Awakening is not a mystical event reserved for a few, it's an active choice. The choice to start the day with intention, to speak with purpose, to wait with faith, not with fear, and to trust that silent voice that guides you before mental chaos takes over. You don't need to become someone else. You just need to stop betraying who you already are and start treating your reality as a mirror reflection, not as a prison you need to escape from. Life doesn't happen to you. Life happens through you. And now that you have this knowledge, what are you going to do with this immense power? If you made it this far, thank you from the heart. This isn't just a polite thank you, it's a thank you from the soul. Because I know not everyone stays until the end of such dense content. I want to tell you something personal. There was a day in my life when I felt completely lost. I wondered if I was really living or just pushing through life. Luckily, I came across a recording by Florence where she said, "Every word is a seed, speak with intention, or keep silent with wisdom." That completely disarmed me. I realized that for years I had been sowing fear, scarcity, thirst, and doubts, and the universe had been faithful, harvesting exactly that. At that moment, I decided to do my first fast from negative words. By the third day, my perception had changed. The world didn't change, I changed, and that changed everything. If this video has struck a chord with you, help me sow this seed. Like and subscribe. But hey, the journey doesn't end here. The truth is, this video is just the introduction to the game. Right now, videos are appearing on your screen. Listen carefully, these aren't just simple suggestions. One of them will show you how some people manage to change their reality simply by aligning their frequency without saying a single word. It's the natural continuation of what we just talked about regarding intuition and silent certainty. Go with your instinct, boldly click that video, and let the unseen guide you to the next great revelation.